What's going on, A's fans? Very lightly, I just want to talk about this trade. I haven't been talking much about A's. This team has been in the crapper, and there isn't a whole lot to say. But there was one thing I said in my pre-season video about the A's that I wanted, and that was have a bad season, possibly to get rid of Josh Reddick. It finally happened. Finally. It finally happened. I couldn't believe it finally happened, but it did. It is in a contract year. The A's were losing just enough, had enough of a losing streak so that they couldn't put themselves in contention, and they have to sell. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Very lightly, I'll say to Rich Hill, congratulations on a decent first half. Now, it's one of those flyer signings where you sign a guy after a good month and suddenly he produces. It was kind of a cheap signing, and you got an okay haul for it. But pretty good. That was a decent signing in hindsight, because he got some players back. So Rich Hill goes over to the Dodgers. Josh Reddick goes over to the Dodgers, and more importantly, Josh Reddick is gone. I know the return. People are going to talk about the prospects and all that. I mean, okay, they sound like good names right now. We don't know what they'll be until 3 to 4 years from now and all that. But hey, they got some prospects in the farm. Who knows if they get flipped or whatever later. But I've said this before. If Josh Reddick is your best hitting guy, you've already lost. There is nothing good to build around as Josh Reddick as the centerpiece. With all the guys who've come and gone from the A's, there's a lot of guys who've come and gone. It's about time. I'm happy that they got something. They finally got something out of him. So he got a good half season, and he had some value, and it's nice to know that teams wanted him. In this case, it was the Dodgers who outbid for him. So congratulations, Dodgers. Just remember how unclutch he's been historically. There's definitely some articles about him being unclutch and bad memories of me remembering him. I'm not going to forget the moments where he's either swinging too hard or he hits a ground out in crunch time. It's just one of the worst situations I don't want to think about. So, yeah, Reddick gone, Rich Hill gone. Now, sadly, this team is in a mess. All right, they need to rebuild and do a true rebuild in terms of blow it up, blow most of it up. There's really not many pieces to build around on this team. Very lightly, I mean, Sonny Gray's having a terrible year. And I don't know if he recovers from it next year or not. People say there's always next year, but if Rich Hill was your best guy, once again, you've already lost. That's a guy who's not going to stay long term and not be a building block. So, unfortunately, Sonny Gray, I hope it gets better. I mean, it's easy to say they should have traded him in the offseason, but who knows if the offers weren't good enough. That's the only thing I can say about that. But hey, I'm just happy Reddick is gone. No matter how this season ends, whether they lose the next something games or win the next something games, he's gone. I can say that this season was worth it, no matter how terrible the hitting is, the no range from Danny Valencia is, how terrible the rotation is, and all that. It's all gone. Thank goodness. Thank you for finally trading him after all the mess and stuff and bad memories that I've had. See you guys later. Go A's, even though this season is a mess. See you guys later.